Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 12th edition of Healthy Living with Marilyn. So glad you all could join us this evening. And as you can see, Josie, my regular co-host, is not here. She's had a death in the family, and so I called Lisa, my wonderful friend and colleague. We've known each other for many, many years, and I called her yesterday and I said, "Hey, Lisa, what are you doing tomorrow night?" Lisa said, "Nothing." I said, "Can you come and be on my show?" And she goes, "Oh, yeah, I'd love to." So I appreciate it, Lisa, for coming and being part of my show. Lisa is, what do you do, Lisa? You're Lisa Healthy.
Lisa Healthy, holistic educator.
Right.
So helping people in more than just one area of living. So nutrition, sleep, which is very important.
Right.
Our environment and how to help that clean up that and that be healthy for us, and energy.
Right.
We all need that.
We all need energy.
Yes.
All of us need energy. Every single one of us need energy. So, and I had the opportunity this week on one of my days off to go over to Castine Overrath's house, and I asked her, I said, "Hey, Castine, what are you doing Thursday?" She said, "I'm not doing anything Thursday night." I said, "Well, you want to be on my shows?" She said, "Sure." So she has come with a bunch of her friends. She is a medial shaman healer, and she is also a guardian of the crystal skulls. And she has nifty candles to show, and she's going to be talking about skulls. And the one thing we're going to talk about tonight is spiritual protection, and that's something that Castine and I had talked about. What are we going to talk about? You know, what is the topic going to be? Because I try to make the topic congruent through the whole show. And Castine is very, very good at the shaman healing that she does, and keeps her skulls. The skulls are her family.
Yes.
They're your family, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I want to welcome Castine. So everybody welcome Castine and Lisa. And we're getting ready to talk about spiritual protection. So,
Or spiritual awareness.
that too.
Yes.
Being aware
of that. Yes.
Of your spiritual. And it's not woo-woo, and it's not religious.
No.
We all have energy.
Yep.
We all have energy. Our souls are energy. Got to go someplace.
Yes.
And we have energy, and if you would put your arms out to the side, you would feel the energy pulsating against your hand. I can feel it very.
Well, you know how you know the energy
test.
test, right?
What is that?
The old energy test, where you put your hands together and you rub really fast. Keep rubbing, keep rubbing, keep rubbing
Until they get really hot.
until they get really hot, and then you kind of push them apart a little bit, and you feel that energy.
You feel the energy.
You can feel the energy between your hands.
Do you want to know something? I did that this morning.
Did you?
Yep. And I just all of a sudden just started doing it for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I had just gotten up, and I've decided that it's a good thing to get your body moving before you get out of bed, because at my age you really got to get things limbered up and move your body and your arms and stretch and rotate your ankles and
get that blood flowing.
Exactly. Get the blood flowing. Absolutely. And I really started getting into that just recently, because you forget.
We do.
We forget about, number one, taking care of ourselves. We forget about the fact that sometimes we come in contact with negative energy.
Yes, we do.
And sometimes it can just grab you. And you're thinking, what happened to me?
Right.
What happened to me? So,
or our frequency gets lower and lower
when we get sick.
When we get sick, right.
A couple weeks ago, I was supposed to meet you.
Yes.
And I was not feeling good. Well, I had a tooth that has been past tense, had been bothering me for weeks, months, a long time.
Yes.
And I had infection in there, so I had to resort to allopathic. Doxycycline was my friend, and sometimes you have to do that, and I hadn't had to do that for a long time. I was using colloidal silver and magnets and a lot of other, and it just wasn't doing it. And the infection got hold and I wasn't feeling good. So one day I said, okay, it's done.
Yeah.
I'm having it out. And I felt bad the rest of that day. That evening I felt better. And the next day I hadn't even felt like I had a tooth come out.
Wow. That's
And
awesome.
there was no swelling. I had no bruising. Because what they
Good
did,
for
they
you.
sucked the infection out. I know that sounds kind of gross.
No, but that's what you've got to do. Get it out of the body.
They got it out of my
Yeah.
body so it wouldn't go anyplace else.
Yeah.
I had no bruising. I had no. I mean, it was wonderful.
Well, good.
You know.
I'm glad that that's
and
over.
I went to an energy healer a couple days after that. Rosemary Prophet. You know Rosemary?
Yes, I
you
do.
know
Yep.
Rosemary?
Yes.
Yeah. Rosemary Prophet. I went to see her. I've been seeing her, and I was lying down there, and this is not woo-woo, friends, and she said she saw, when I was lying down, a red ball come out of my face and just go up like that. It was like
Wow.
radiation because they had taken x-rays there.
Uh-huh.
I haven't had a problem with it since then.
Well, good.
So, energy healing, if you want to get into energy healing or want energy healing done to you, there are energy healers in the Richmond area and probably other areas wherever you all live. So they can be very beneficial, very beneficial to you. And I don't know, Rosemary just has this very laid back,
yeah.
quiet, calm aura about her.
Yep.
And it's just amazing. It really is amazing.
And the good is we have so many energy healers with so special and different gifts. So
Different,
everybody is
yeah.
different. So you can
Right.
really look who fits for my
Right.
Exactly.
things the best.
Who fits for your body, who
Right.
fits for your energy. We all have
Yes.
different energy.
Yeah, right.
It
Yeah.
might be all positive, but every one of us has different type of energy.
Right.
Yes.
And I work with the emotional energy.
And yes, and Lisa works with the emotional. She yawns a lot, but that's how she gets rid of the
That's how
emotion.
I'm releasing the
She's
emotions.
releasing
the trapped
emotions.
emotions. Yes.
Right, right, right.
See, and I'm yawning when I'm kind of integrating energy
Yes,
when I'm
you
working
are.
with people
Yeah.
because my aura is like all over the place. So
Yeah.
when
Right.
I'm with people together, and sometimes I have to yawn and I don't even know why. I
Yeah.
mean, I've slept good in the night, so
Right.
But
I shouldn't yawn at all. But then I feel okay. There's something happening
It's
right
it's
now.
moving
so
energy.
It's moving energy.
I really
yes.
believe that sometimes when we yawn for no reason at all and we've had a great night's sleep, it's because you are releasing
Yes,
energy.
you're
Yes.
releasing. Yeah.
You're whatever type of energy it is, you know.
Yes.
The one thing you need to do in your house is clear your space.
Yes.
You can use sage smudging. You can use stones and crystals in there.
And bells. I had someone come and bless my house. We did the saging, and then we used an old school bell that I had, and we
School
rang the
bell?
bell in each room. Yeah.
That's interesting,
And the Mayans have fire.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm initiated in that. So you can have a fire ritual to save your house and bring the good energy in. And this is what I did when we moved from Germany. I let someone come and do that for me because she's very experienced. So
Right.
she did it.
Yes.
So totally different things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Wonderful.
Absolutely fantastic.
Or you can use crystals.
Yeah.
You can use
Yep.
agate or amber or amethyst. There's a lot of crystals that you can use.
Put tourmaline at the front door and the back door.
Right.
I'm not
I don't
sure.
have that. I have crystal skulls,
Yeah,
so
but
I'm
you have your
protected.
crystal skulls,
Yes.
so I
She
know.
doesn't need it.
She doesn't need that.
I don't need that.
No, she doesn't need that.
Yeah.
So, but there's just so many different ways to protect yourself spiritually. One of the things that I do is I take my arms and put them out, and I don't want to hit you, so I won't put that one all the way out. And I just move my arms around like this, but I can feel the energy,
Yeah.
the force field. And you know, if you're in an airport or in a restaurant and you find that somebody, you know, they sit a couple chairs away from you.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why they sit a couple chairs away from you is maybe because of the energy.
Yes.
People do this and they don't know why they do it. But I know that they do it, and I know why they do it, and a lot of times I'm really glad that they're over there because their energy, they might be under stress.
Right.
I mean, when you're under stress,
Yeah.
you
AirPods.
can have very bad energy.
Yes.
Okay? And you've got to be careful with that.
Yeah.
You know, you really have to be careful with that. when I guess it was about 17, almost 17 years ago, my grandmother, who at that time was 91 and a half.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was in palliative care and she was dying. And so I took a plane and went up to take care of her. Well, I noticed when I was taking care of her, because my mother had just had she totally was stressed out. So she said, here's the stuff, you need to take care of her. So it was just literally dumped on me. So I was taking care of her, and all of a sudden I noticed, I looked up and there were all these healing angels up there.
Wow.
In her room, in her house, in her room. And they were there protecting her.
Yeah.
Protecting her. And she did not have Alzheimer's. It's just her body just wore out. She's one of the only elderly people I've ever known that was just as sharp as a tack. And
yeah.
Like the body,
yeah. And her body just shut down. And a couple days after that, I had hit my finger in a drawer, and really I damaged it to the point where I was going to lose my nail. And so I called my dad, because he was always hitting the wrong nail, and he was always losing his nails, and his nails would turn black and bruise, and you know, they'd fall off. And he said, no, it's going to take about 6 months. So I went to a store and I got a bunch of fancy Band-Aids and stuff. And one night, the night that I did that, I was laying in bed and I saw my grandmother up there, and she says, don't worry. She says, you took care of me when I died. I will take care of your finger. I said, okay. So I went back to sleep, and a couple days later I took the Band-Aid off after I'd come out of the shower, and my finger was as good as new. No bruising, no nothing. I screamed. I couldn't believe it. It's like she really did fix my finger.
Wow.
You know. So, you know, a lot of people think that when they have near misses on the highway or something, that's spiritual protection. That is that's somebody protecting you.
Or you're running late and you get there late and you think, oh, you know, why couldn't I have gotten here on time? And maybe there's a good reason that you didn't get there on time, that you avoided that accident.
That accident, absolutely.
Yeah.
So there are spiritual people. We all have spiritual protectors.
Oh, sure.
And the guardian angel.
The guardian angel, Michael.
I had my experience with them.
Yeah.
We were driving with a motorbike, so in Germany, and very sharp
turn?
Sharp turn, yeah. It wasn't even a turn, and I couldn't figure it right away. So my husband was driving, and he was making the turn, and I did the turn, and obviously had the wrong gear, whatever. So I fell. And I okay, I'm pushing away my bike because I knew this is good, but I felt like somebody was pulling me, and I was sitting and doing this jumpy thingies. There was a tree. I didn't hit the tree. There were these kind of planks on the side.
Right.
I didn't hit them. I was sitting on the floor, on the grass, and my motorbike was like...
Wow.
And I'm sure my guardian angel was like, okay,
yeah,
because it's not your exit point now.
No, it's not your time.
Not at all. So it's, some time ago. So it was before I got into the spiritual world really deeply, you know. But it was like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Somebody was protecting me.
Right. Yeah. Well, and it's like I told you guys earlier, you know, my first real introduction to the spiritual world was a lady telling me that she saw angels, and I thought, okay. And I didn't believe her, you know, but I didn't tell her that. I was trying to be respectful, but I'm thinking in the back of my mind, this is crazy. And she goes, yeah, one of your angels is wearing an apron. And I went, okay, she's got my attention now, because I knew that was my mom. She always had an apron on. She was in the kitchen and didn't want to get messed up. And she always looked like she came right out, you know, she was all dressed up and looking good every day, always fixed her hair and her makeup, and always looked nice. And so she had the apron on to protect her outfits. And I said, that's my mom. So I knew that was my introduction to the spiritual world, knowing that, you know, and I kind of felt her presence, I guess, in a way. There were times, like you said, that, you know, that I thought that I needed help, and I always felt like I was being supported somehow. But now I knew positively that she was there. Couldn't see her, but I could feel her.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I can feel my grandmother a lot. She's kept me out of some scrapes and stuff. So.
Yeah.
you know, she's there. And I remember one time when my daughter was a freshman in high school, so this was 1993, something like that, and I went to pick her up, and my intuition said, leave your purse in the car, just take your keys. Okay, so I did that, and when I went to the door of the high school, I was going in the door, and this young gal was coming out holding a baby on her hip, and my intuition says, you will come in contact with this woman. It's not going to be a pleasant experience, but you will be okay. I heard that 3 times. It's like, oh, okay. So I got my daughter's attention, and she was coming out, and she was talking to some of her friends, and I came out, and as I was walking in the parking lot, this car came at me, and something moved me to hit the trunk of the car, and I fell down on my knees. And the person that got out of that car was the girl that I was supposed to meet.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes.
For what reason ever.
For what reason? Yes.
Who knows?
And all I did.
This
all
is
I
agreement.
did-
I mean, we meet people for a reason.
Yep.
Right. And the only thing that happened was I scraped my knees and scraped my hands. But something moved me. And even my daughter's friend said, something moved your mom so she wouldn't be hit on the side, so she would be hit square and bounce off the car and fall.
Wow.
That was pretty amazing.
I'm sure.
And I was in this upper spiritual state because I really didn't feel anything. And I, of course, didn't feel whatever was moving me. And, I mean, to me, I'm a firm believer in the spiritual world.
Yeah.
A firm believer in it. And like I said, it's not religion, it's not woo-woo, there are protectors out there that are protecting each and every one of us. And we can do our due diligence to protect ourselves from negative energy.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Lisa, how do you do that?
Well, I'm always grounded. I'm always wearing my magnets.
Right.
And I learned a long time ago that I'm an empath. And if you know what an empath is, they're a person that takes on other people's emotions. But I didn't know that till I was in my 50s. And someone said, you know, you're an empath. And I had no idea what that was. I went and looked it up. And I said, you're exactly right, because I am attracting all these emotions. And so I was very anxious all the time. So the magnets really helped to ground me. I do wear my stones. I have them in my pocket. I wear them with me everywhere I go, and I always have that protection as well. And I do feel that religious aspect. So I do pray a lot to God to protect me, to give me His light and love, and to do what I have to do, and to have that protection, or whatever you call it,
Right.
to do what I need to do and help other people that are suffering, that need, assistance.
Right.
Makes me stronger too.
It does.
It does. It gives me the strength that I need to do what I need to do.
Right.
Because it can be, wouldn't you say it's draining? I know you do too. Oh my goodness.
Terribly draining.
Energy
It is
work
so
is
draining.
very
when
draining.
you are a healer,
Yep.
an empath, you work in the natural world, even if you work in the allopathic world,
Yeah, it's still
it
very
can
draining.
be very, very draining.
Yes.
Because you have people come in and they're not feeling well. Okay, when you're not feeling well, your energy is off, your immune system is compromised, you're grouchy. I mean, it's all the negative stuff because you're not feeling well, and you're trying so hard to fight the pain, so you're also exhausted. Being in pain can be very, very exhausting.
Yeah.
Very exhausting.
Exactly.
And
Being an empath on top of it,
yes, right. And
you're out
when-
for days.
when you have somebody come in, or you're meeting with somebody, and their energy is just really, really negative, they will automatically, without even knowing, try to suck your positive energy out, because they want what you have.
Right. Well, just even a trip to Walmart is difficult.
Oh.
There's a lot of emotional people, and you're going out. I told somebody one day, I said, just me getting out in public is hard every day, and even animals. I tend to feel animals' emotions as well, and if they're not happy, or they're anxious, or they're fearful, I feel what they feel.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I've worked on animals before. I've done Reiki on animals before.
I've done emotion code on some dogs. It was very interesting.
What, has it?
And one of the they were all rescue dogs, and so they all tend to come from backgrounds which you don't know. You don't know if they were abused. You don't know what their fears are and what happened to them. But it was really funny. The brown lab that I was working with and doing the emotion code, finally, when he figured out what I was doing, he wanted to crawl on my lap. Well, labs are pretty big.
They're huge.
And he was sitting on the sofa and he was trying to crawl in my lap. And then there was a smaller dog, and I can't remember what breed it was, but she was very anxious, and she kept kind of going to the outside of me, and she would come a little bit closer, and then she'd go back out again. So I took one of my magnets that moves, and I actually put it down beside me. And right away, she was very interested, and she liked that energy. She liked that frequency and was drawn to it.
Right.
So came over and sat right down. It was like, okay, you can work on me now. I trust you now. Because she felt that energy, and she liked it. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. Well, a couple months ago, Lisa and I, several years ago, she started a group called HEAL, Holistic Educators Affecting Lives. And I hopped on with her, and we were really active then, and then we just sort of...
Well, life got in the way.
Life got in the way.
I became a grandma.
Yeah, I became a grandma too. And life got in the way, and then this past year I said, Lisa, we really got to get HEAL back going.
Yes, we do.
It took me, I'll tell you, when I first started this TV show on YouTube, I really stepped out, and I said to Yamaja Jubilee, I said, Yamaja, I'm really stepping out of my box. And she said, Marilyn, there is no box. And when she said that, that's when I flew. And people said, you're doing this live? And I said, yeah, I'm doing it live.
Why not?
It's not Memorex. It really is live. We're doing this live. So you all know, so we are live. And when I had an opportunity this past spring, I guess it was spring or winter, I guess it was winter because I missed the spring one, I met Castine at the HEAL meeting that they had at Resonance, and hadn't had a chance to get back with her. And one day a couple weeks ago I reached out and I said, Castine, I really want to meet with you, wanted to get to know more about what you do. And so we met. And Castine is a shaman healer, and she is also the guardian of the crystal skull. So Castine, tell us, how did you get into this?
Oh, that's a long story. I think that would kind of go over the time. Yeah, that would take too long.
Give us the Reader's Digest version.
Yeah, I would try. Okay, I got into spirituality, like now I know there's something more. I mean, I always knew there was something, but this more part. At the end of 2011, when I re-met a friend of mine, first I had my now teacher, but I met her to heal my daughter. So I was always open for this kind of, there is something else then.
There is, yes,
obviously.
But I didn't know how. This, I was doing this and that, And as I used to say, it's usually you were born and you're on your way to be someone in this path and in this life, and you will never learn out. But, my growing process took a long time, and I was about 44 when I decided I want to be happy, I want to feel joy, because I didn't. And I can say I'm very grateful for my family who did all these offending things, that I kind of gave them. They took it really soft, nice. So, but there was a point when I said, I want to change myself. Because it's on me. I need to be happy. I need to feel joy, and it's not on them to make me happy. Whatever brought me to this point, my husband could figure, but I still don't know it. And from that on, it was like a path rolling out in front of me. So there was something changing. I met people and so on, reconnected with my friend. And as you told me about this driving home and receiving a name, I got my Ascended Master Marilyn on my way home as a homework. My homework was to channel the information, who is my spirit guide around me. And I wasn't even home. I was driving, and Hamburg is a very, traffic city. There's a lot of traffic, and I was like, okay. I have to pay attention to the road.
Yes.
That would be good.
So, yeah, but Marilyn, he stayed with me since then, and I even have a crystal Merlin now, so I can reconnect with him all the time by touching this crystal. You don't have to touch a crystal to reconnect with him, you know, but it's for me, it's a better way to do that. Then I met another lady. She mentioned a book about the secret of the Atlantis Crystal Library, and it's only available in German, which is a little bit sad. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm sorry, it's not translated, so I had to translate it for you. But she's talking about the 13 crystal skulls that are buried in Earth, and I was like, oh, wow, I want to be a keeper of one of these ancient crystal skulls at one point. I don't know how it happened, but I would love to be one. And then I forgot about it. A couple of weeks later, a friend mentioned, you know, I bought a crystal skull. And I was like, what? You can buy these things? That's interesting. Where can I get one? Give me the number. So she gave me the number. I called that lady, and I was so excited that I didn't even give her my phone number. So she had to do some kind of research to get back to me. But she figured 2 hours later, she called me back, and she said, it's that easy. Go to eBay. Like, what, eBay? So my first crystal skull, and he's still at home. I'm sorry, I should have brought him. I got him from eBay, and since then I was buying my crystal skulls from her because I trusted her. They were, you know, you can see the energy of a crystal, even me not knowing how crystals itself working, but I know a crystal skull, how it's working and how the energy, and you know, you can even see when you get them, like they are looking at you and he's, no, this is not the skull. No, no, next one. No, next one. Oh, this, yes, this one is talking to me. Now I have to figure out how to get the money. And they will take care of it. So since 2012, I'm a crystal skull guardian. I learned my stuff in Germany. Yeah, and I'm teaching how to use crystal skulls in Richmond. And yeah, I'm offering webinars in Germany, so I'm doing both things at the same time. And at some point, I was initiated in the lineage of the Mexican curanderos. So this is the shaman part in me. So we are kind of combining this. When I started with the crystal skulls, we developed some kind of chakra balancing, aura cleansing, which is great. So, you know, I have always kind of test rabbits, you know. So they had to do this, you know, sit down and let me test that on you, please, which I really enjoy. And then when I was initiated in the shamanism, this officially initiation, I mean, that I said, you know, when you start, your birth gives you this kind of, okay, you are on your path. This is what you have to do. This is what you're supposed to do. Earlier or later, it doesn't matter. So you never learn out. So I'm initiated officially, but I'm never learning out. So my guys here,
what's his name?
I was like, his name is Lobos, and he's my main crystal skull. So I'm channeling messages from him. This kind of changed a little bit. So at the end of the year, I will channel the answers for questions. So, for example, you're coming to my event, you have a question about whatever it might be, I will receive the answer from him. And so it was very interesting. I was telling them, you know, I think we need a grounded protection field. We need something that grounds us all the time. And I don't want to have to think about it. I don't want to make this fancy things. I'm more pragmatic, you know. I want to have it all the time around me. And after a while, they said, ready. I was like, okay, let's test it. So I tested it on my daughter last year. I mean, we came and you were muscle testing how grounded she was, and it was amazing. Since then, I have never felt about, you know, going to Walmart is not really my issue. Yeah. Airplane was my issue, but it's getting very good. Yeah. Since I have this grounded protection field, it's perfect for me. It's always around me. I never feel I'm lost. But it's still, you know, we need to have this resonance to feel some emotion because we have to work on them. This is very important. And I think this is another message that I got from them in the beginning of this year. You need to feel your feelings. Even if you're an empath, which I am too, you cannot block them. When you block your emotions and your feelings, you don't feel them for yourself, and this is important for you as a human being. So this field is kind of smoothing them, but it's not avoiding them. But these things that you don't need to feel, that kind of transporting them through, like, okay, I grab that, and because maybe the other person don't know how to deal with it, how to transport it up to, I'm always saying transport it up because Mother Earth has enough stuff, so bring it up.
Right.
They know exactly where it has to go. It has to go as an experience to the soul family, for example. And it has to go in the field for somebody else to pick it up there to get it done, whatever. So I don't have to carry that weight. And when you say going to Walmart, this is one of my I love it. It's my favorite example.
Yeah.
Going to Walmart, grabbing all these energies, and we developed this detoxifying field. It's for emotional release. So everything that you grab, and it's not necessary that you hold that in your system, and it's available for free on my website. You can hear it, and you can do it every night. Like, okay, it's like a ritual. I'm going into this field, releasing the emotions. It's detoxifying. I'm done. I don't have to worry about it anymore.
So what is your website? Tell everybody, let us know what your website is.
It's www.ayasha.com, and Ayasha is Ajasha. So it's my soul name. And you see a car driving around with Ayasha on the license plate, and you cannot pronounce it. That's me.
Good to know.
That's good to know. Good to know. Yeah.
Or maybe it's my husband. He's driving right now.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, and I have a shop too. So it's website shop.ayasha.com. And special.
Can you say that again? Can you tell them that again? Look in the camera.
Okay, it's shop.ayasha.com.
And Ayasha is spelled?
Ajasha.
Right. Good.
Thank you.
So you can find her there. Tell us a little bit about the shaman and the healing. How do you do that?
I have a treatment. It's called divine intervention, and in this case, I'm working in a specific dimension, specific frequency, and it's out of time and space. So I'm kind of taking over the energy body. Work with every technique that I have in my system, and there are a lot. I cannot count them anymore. It's above 60, I know. And every technique that I have in my system is working now. What is necessary for this person, and for the healing process, whatever. I'm falling in trance, but I can feel some things, like maybe a pressure here or both. Or a short time ago, I had a dog. I'm offering these treatments for animals because I think they shouldn't suffer. Since they are kind of empathic and helping us to get through our stuff, I was offering this free divine intervention. So every animal that you have on your list, send me a PM. You can connect with me on Facebook.
Right.
So that's easy. So connect with Marilyn, so you will see my name is popping up, and connect with me and send me a message. You want a healing for your dog or a cat or a bird or whatever. I mean, I haven't treated a bird yet, but dogs and cats. So and I could really feel how this dog was sleeping, like laying back, and you could feel this when the nose is like doing this, you know?
Yeah.
I really could feel it. So I feel it. And I'm releasing whatever is necessary, and then I'm giving the body back, the energy field back. And it's not that I'm the one who's counting the time. I know it's about 30 minutes around. Could be more, could be less. Most of the time I'm doing that at night, so I'm falling asleep. At some point I have to go up, bring it away. I'm also treating cancer patients with that, so which is very effective. It's really good, and it's an old Mexican curandera technique, as well as light language. So this is part of me too. I wrote a light language grid to clear and cleanse the crystals, But it's also a technique that I'm working with when I'm doing this divine intervention. And it's different kind of light language what everybody knows. So, and I will explain that more and more on my open house, so with shapes and colors and how it comes together. And it will be part of my card deck as well. I just got this information yesterday from a friend. She said, you know, you should put that on the back of your card deck, you know. It will be from the crystal skulls. So this is, you know, it's all interwoven.
Yeah.
It's all together. I'm not only a shaman, I'm not only a crystal skull guardian, I'm not only the light language person, I'm not only the coach, I'm all together. When you get me, you get everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, so what we did was we developed also candles, and this is actually for protection, even when I don't think we need that much protection, because when we think about we need protection, we are giving more attention to the fear, which means I need to be protected because there is a person that is sending out fear and manifesting that in our field, in our
Yeah.
in your space,
in my space.
Yeah.
right?
And this is, I had to learn that. I mean, it's not that it came to me like it's there. I had to learn that as well.
Yeah.
And there was one point when I really figured I don't have to fear anything, I only have to trust. When we moved to Richmond, I mean, having a crystal skull family, and I don't have only these two.
No, she has a whole bunch of them. I've seen them. I've met them.
I think right now 40?
Something like
Somewhat,
that.
yeah.
Yes.
Dragons, unicorns, crystal skulls, around 40. I think they are growing right now.
Yeah.
So I stopped counting.
She has a big family.
Yes, she is. Plus my 4 kids and a husband. Yes.
There you go.
Grandkid is coming, so yes. But when we moved to Richmond and this family needed to come over, I mean, there was an opportunity to bring them in my cabin size luggage, but I should have gone to the customs and tell them what I'm carrying, and they are heavy.
Yeah, I bet.
I would say at least 20 to 30 pounds, and you
Wow.
cannot carry that on your back.
No.
And we had all the other things on our hand luggage, you know.
Right.
So it was no way. And I asked them, and I said, you know, what should I do? And they said, we will take care of ourselves. Don't worry. If we are supposed to be with you in Richmond, we will be there. And I was like, okay, whom should I pick that stays with me? And they said, little ones, please. So they decided whom I had to pick, and the other went into their container. Poor guys. I mean, hello, these are individuals. So they went into the container and they came out, and they were sitting in my living room, and everything was perfect. They took care of themselves. I don't have to worry. I'm protected. This is what I'm always doing. I'm safe and protected. Why am I always safe and protected? And the better version is, why am I and all my loved ones are always safe and protected? So I don't have to worry.
Right.
There is nothing. It could happen that somebody will tell you, don't go in that area. It's not a good way to spend the night. Okay, I will drive around. It's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't worry anymore. Yeah, and these candles, this is a dragon candle for protection. Weird, right? I saw that earlier this day. I bring the candles and we'll see.
Yeah.
So this is for protection. Actually, it's more for the psychic, emotional attacks.
Right.
And this one is for protection and blessing. Hello, Herman.
That's mine.
And, you know, they love to chit-chat.
They do.
So family is coming. But I was asking, I mean, if I'm kind of in this, I don't know why I did this. I mean, there was a call and I'm following my call. The call was like, you have to do this, so I'm doing it. And there was no candle mold for dragons available, so my husband and I made one. So we can do candles with dragons and Merlin. And I was like, okay, why did I do it? For what? I mean, I'm protected.
Yeah.
And if I'm telling everybody how to be protected, they should know. I said, no. Maybe sometimes it's the house. Maybe you have your surroundings that needs to be protection.
Right.
Like if you're going in a meditative state, or you want to clear the house before you move in,
Right.
or whatever reason, maybe you want to clear it after you had a fast and you were not able, you were not able to clean everything. I could use my light language, like turquoise, whatever shape, but yeah, you can clear the field with it. And also that one is for blessing, so you can bring in the blessings. So that's
I think
very
the
neat.
reason why we all do what we do is because that was the road that we were supposed to walk before we were even born.
Yeah.
I just really believe that God, the universe, whatever you believe in, knows what we're going to do before we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And that's why we get into the fields that we get into to help people, to enlighten them, and to give them insight into the positive way of living. I really try to live a very positive life. Anything that I put on Facebook is positive.
Yep, it
Yeah.
is.
Everything.
Yep.
Everything. I don't put anything negative. If I'm having a bad day, I do not put that on there.
No.
And I seldom ever have a bad day.
Right.
Seldom ever. And if I do, I just shake it off because
That's
I'm
right.
not one that's in for pity parties.
No.
Because I don't have time for a pity party, because I'm trying to enlighten and incite people on how to have a good day.
Right. They're depending on us. So.
That's right. And then you guys are depending on us. You all, my viewers, and I thank everybody for chiming in and joining today. And if I don't answer you on Facebook right now, I will answer you later. My phone is about 10 feet from me, and that's why we're doing Facebook Live, so I can't answer any questions right now. But if you have questions or if you have comments, please leave them in the comments, and I promise I will get back with you soon. Promise. But and what are these little cute little yellow? They're moons.
I brought one for you and one for Lisa.
Oh,
so you can burn them. They are for the full moon.
Okay.
And that was my message yesterday morning. So when you're on the flow, you're on the flow. You
made
receive
them
messages.
yesterday?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And they are for the full moon. So you can invoke the powers of the full moon on the 9th in the evening.
My
burn
dad's
them.
birthday.
Yeah. And I brought one for you.
Thank you.
And one for you.
Thank
and
you.
everybody else who wants one,
Thank
send me a
you.
PM.
So it's a little
and,
dragon?
Yes, it
that
is. And
He's
it's
adorable.
oil in there
Oh.
and handcrafted.
Oh, wow.
Smell that.
I know.
Oh, I wish you all could smell this. I
don't have-
really do.
we don't
This
have
is
smell-o-vision,
awesome.
do we?
We don't have smell-o-vision on TV.
I'm sorry, but
Unfortunately.
there are still 10 available, so everybody could have
And
a
the
smell.
other thing is, she has oil, crystal oil available.
Oh yeah, that is a new one.
That is a new one.
Oh,
I
that's
don't even know
amazing.
about that.
I'm sorry.
Well, she
I do now.
she made it. When you got the vision
Yeah,
last weekend, wasn't it?
it was last week, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
I received this information earlier. You have to make an oil for crystal clearing, so connection, whatever. And I was like,
Oh.
Smell
okay,
it,
that's
please.
interesting.
That's
How do I
awesome.
do it? Recipe, please.
Wow.
Because I'm not totally into oils. I don't know what oils do. And then on Wednesday last week, I received the information. You have to do bam, 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 which is secret right now.
Yeah.
And
Mom is secret, so don't answer. We don't even know it.
Nope.
so it is for connecting the crystals more into your system, into your field. And we had different experiences, like the crystal itself, it's more light. And you can do it after we have our live thing
Okay.
and our show. And you can try it with Slubas
Okay.
if you want to. It's simple. You first try to hold him
Does
with
it-
nothing and connect with him.
Does it amplify that,
It's
Castine?
kind of intense. It's more intense. So we had
Okay.
we did it with a normal crystal.
Okay.
And the lady that was trying it, she felt the vibration in her entire body. So I was
Okay.
like, okay, this is working.
Right.
This is working.
Wow. Okay.
So it's very clean, very clear smell, and it's amazing. I really enjoy this oil, and I'm happy that I can offer this.
Yeah.
And I will do the refill, so it's
Yeah.
not, you don't throw away the bottle and you
No.
don't throw away the crystal that is
Yeah,
in
there's
there.
a crystal in there.
You got a
Oh,
refill.
Okay.
For
What crystal?
less.
What, can I ask what crystal or no?
It's a quartz.
It's quartz. Okay.
quartz.
I mean,
Alright.
this is something you can see.
Right.
You know.
Because quartz will get the energy of everything in there. So
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're all ever getting into stones, you could probably talk to Kestine about this. And I know a lot about stones too. Lisa, do you know a lot about stones?
I'm learning.
You're learning.
I'm learning. And
yeah.
I'm beginning to carry my stones with me, and I carry my forget what you call it, the pendulums.
Pendulums.
The pendulums, which I picked out as well to do some of my emotion code work.
Yeah, when I do Reiki, I'm always checking people's chakras with a pendulum because it's just the easiest way to do that. And recently I've been doing a lot of Reiki on some people. And I think 1 week we'll probably have a whole show on the chakras.
I think so.
And yeah.
And how to balance.
And how to balance. We talked about balance and boundaries 1 week, but we really didn't get into the chakras because of the time constraints. So I think that's one of the things we're going to be talking about in the future.
I think it'd be good.
Because
Very good.
chakras are really important. They show me your biology and your biography, and they do rotate. Your chakras do rotate, and we all have chakras, and there's 7 main ones, but there are many more. There's chakras in your hand, and there's chakras in your feet,
Right.
and there's chakras in the palms of your hand, and there's chakras on the bottoms of your feet, and there's different chakras in different parts of your body. There's 7 main chakras, but there's a lot more.
Well, just think about it. We all have those energy patterns in our body, right?
Right. And
meridians,
when a chakra is closed, that's when people start having illness. And I was reading an article a couple days ago that said 90% of the people that go to the doctor, it is stress related.
Yeah.
So you really have to work on getting your stress under control by, number 1, grounding yourself, doing some meditation for yourself. If Oprah can do 20 minutes of meditation, as busy as she is, you can do 20 minutes of meditation.
And I heard Cher, who is 71, can hold the plank position if you do yoga. What was it, for 5 or 10 minutes? I was blown away by that.
not even for 2.
I tried to get to 30 seconds, and that was that was hard for me.
I was shocked when I went to this yoga class on Sunday that I could do the plank for a minute.
Wow.
Yes, and I was like, really? With my arm? And
I'm working up to that.
Good.
You go, girl.
And my arm is really starting to heal nicely.
So glad.
Picking up my 20-pound, 9-month-old grandson. I mean, he's heavy.
Yeah.
He is very heavy. And now I'm doing exercises with him. I pick him up like this. I push him out like this. And he's laughing. He's giggling the whole time. But
And smart.
Yeah, you're very smart.
Very smart. And I am determined with my positive energy and whatever else I'm using, my bone broth, my homeopathic remedies, my magnets,
Your magnets. Yeah.
my crystal skull, everything that I'm using, I'm going to get this healed.
Exactly.
And that's my goal. That's my goal.
Yep.
And I want to thank you so much for coming and being with us and enlightening me about the crystal oil that you make. You're not an aromatherapist, though.
No.
No.
This is why surprised me, like blending an oil, not knowing what the ingredients might be and what they are doing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow. That's a challenge, yeah.
Listening to your inner self, talking to your higher self, getting up here with the energy that you have. Use it. It's given to you.
Yeah.
It's so important to use it. I can't stress that enough. It's so vitally important. And when I met Kestine, it's like, I really want to know more about what she does because I don't know anybody that is the guardian of the skulls. And I don't know anybody in Richmond. Do you?
No. She's well, I know Kestine.
Well, I know, but
she's the only one I know.
She's the only one you know.
She's the only one I know.
I even taught at the aquarium. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Wow.
stone goddess, resonance. So I'm kind of all over the place.
Yeah. Now, how can we get in touch with you?
Website, Facebook.
Do you give out your phone number? Can they call you on the phone?
They could text me. That's the best way.
Okay.
Because sometimes I'm busy.
Okay. What's
So
your,
my phone number is 804-405-3194.
can you repeat that?
804-405-3194.
Send her a text.
Yes.
Send her a text. She'll get back with you. So, which is really important. It's so much easier a lot of times to get in contact with somebody via text
Yeah.
instead of calling them because you don't know if they're busy.
You don't
Yeah.
you don't interrupt what they're doing at that
Yes.
time, and they
Yeah.
can take their time and get back with you when it's
Yeah,
more
Right,
It's
convenient.
the easiest way. If you cannot text me, call me, leave a voicemail message,
Right.
and I call back.
Yeah.
Or private message her.
Yep. We actually communicate through Facebook. Through,
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a
Yeah.
great
So
way to get
Yeah. Through
Kerstin
Facebook.
Ayasha Overath. I'm on Facebook.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Find me.
you've provided us with the link with tonight's.
Yes.
Yeah. So they can get in touch with Kerstin through the link on your.
Right. Go to my Facebook page, which I hope you're on now, or YouTube, and you can get in touch with her there. I've also tagged her, so you can press on that and
Yeah.
go friend her.
Yes. Go for
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Go friend her. She'll friend you back. And we all need we all need protection. You know, and it's something you can't see it, okay? Have faith.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things you can't see that we have faith in,
Yes, we do.
okay? So just believe. Yeah, I'm not asking you to believe, but if you want to believe it, it's really there. It really is there.
Yeah.
You know, all
is.
you have to do is put your hands out here and you can feel
Yeah. That energy.
the energy.
And
you
trust.
can feel it.
Or-
and
or
trust.
Do the energy test.
Or do the energy test. Lisa says do the energy test and rub your hands together really, really fast
And keep
so they
going,
get
keep
really,
going.
really warm,
Yep.
and then and you'll feel
You'll
the
feel that
vibration.
Yeah.
You'll
the vibe.
feel the vibration.
Vibration.
It feels like woo.
Everything resonates.
Everything.
At a vibration. The cup, the table,
Yes.
this little guy right here. Everything
Yes.
has energy.
Right.
Everything
Everything.
has energy.
It does. And tapping into that energy, which is what this is all about, your program is tapping into those different modalities or different types of energy that can
Right.
help our body to heal.
Yes.
Right. I mean, if you're having problems with your digestion, tap into your solar plexus, which is your yellow chakra. Tap into it. Visualize it clearing out. Do creative visualization. I'm a visual person. You're a visual person, I know.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I'm more the feeler and knower.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing chakra balancing, and I'm giving a class next week for that.
Yeah.
So chakra balancing, aura cleansing at Resonance
Okay.
on the 11th. So maybe they can touch.
Where is that? What time?
It's 6:30 Resonance Float and Sound next week on the 11th.
On the 11th.
And
That's a Tuesday.
Yeah. And
Tuesday
Resonance
night.
Float and Sound is in Sycamore Square,
Right.
Next to Awful Arthur.
next to Awful Office.
Very important
Yes.
to get not lost.
Yeah.
Right. And it's off of Midlothian.
Yeah.
It's that nice shopping area. It's quaint.
Yeah. Crab
It's
Louie's is
cozy.
there.
Yeah.
Crab Louie's. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very quaint place. There's a quilt shop there. There's a yarn store. There's a lot
Bookshop.
there's a bookshop.
Yeah.
There's a lot of interesting stores down there that you might and restaurants that
Yeah.
you might want to
Check out.
check out. Check out, and you can just park your car and walk, which is way cool.
Yes.
You know, I'm all for walking since I
Yep.
healed my
Yeah.
ankle and I can walk now.
There you
so,
go.
There you go. Can I use this oil on me?
You could. It's made with grapeseed oil, so it shouldn't do something on your skin. But
Right.
I'm not a doctor, so I would say test it on maybe
Right.
an area and try it before you kind of put
Right.
it all over your
No,
body.
I wouldn't
you know,
put it all over.
so
but I
don't
was
take a
just-
bath in it.
Okay.
Just
Don't take a bath.
try
Don't
it
take
if
a
it
bath
works
in
for
it.
you. Some people might be allergic to essential oils, so
Right.
I won't promise there is nothing, but
Yeah.
I don't have any issues, but I don't have any allergies, so
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
good.
very lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Very
if you do muscle testing or kinesiology, it's a great way
Right.
to figure
Yes.
out, because for some reason my body does not accept peppermint oil, and
So I can promise you there's no peppermint.
Yeah, I
in
didn't.
there.
I did not smell that. So, but yeah, I test and I get a no every time. So I'm not sure why.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
Well, there's a couple other things I want to tell my friends out here about. I am in this month's Natural Awakenings. The fact that about my TV show, and it's every Thursday night, as you all know who are watching, but please ask your friends to watch. Please go to my website, which is www.healthyliving.com. Go over to the links page. Press on links, scroll down to YouTube, press on the YouTube, and it will take you right to my YouTube channel, and press subscribe. I would love to have everybody subscribe. If you have Gmail, you press the little bell, and you'll be able to get messages every week when Healthy Living with Marilyn comes on, and you can just watch it then. So I'm really excited about that I finally got in, and
awesome.
I'm telling everybody, yes, Healthy Living with Marilyn does exist. And my business partner and I, Judy Richards, we are doing a retreat in the fall. It's right here. So look on page, if you can get this, look on page 10. And our retreat is called Creating the Amazing You. And we have programs and activities that we're going to do. It's on October 13th, Friday the 13th, in the evening, all day Saturday the 14th, and Sunday morning on the 15th. So go to our website, www.creatingtheamazingyou. You can sign up there. You can pay for it there. It's $325 for 3 days. It's very worthwhile. It's up at the Hyatt Place up at Short Pump, at the Short Pump Mall. If you have any questions, just give me a call or text me at 804-350-0034. We are really looking forward to helping transform people, not just women, but men as well, if they want to take do the retreat itself, and make them realize, help them realize that you guys are amazing. You guys are important, and you all can do things that you've never ever thought that you could do before. And that's so important. And you say, oh, Marilyn, I can't do this. Yes, you can. I used to say, I just can't do that. Or when I was taking Pure Barre, it was like, no, my body doesn't move that way. Well, maybe my body didn't move that way, but I tried my best, But if you wake up in the morning and you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, just think about what you can do to make your day the best that you possibly can. Because what you do during the day helps you with all the energy that you have in you. And clear your house, clear your mind, clear your body of all the energy that is not supposed to be there, which is really, really important. So, and if you have any questions for Lisa, how can they get in touch with you?
They can reach me at 804-539-3251, or you can reach me at lisa@lisahealthy.com.
Right. So, we offer, between the three of us, we offer a lot of different healing modalities. And we can help you with whatever ails you, whatever you need help with. We are there for you because we care. Yep. We really care about you. We care about your well-being. That's why my show is called Healthy Living with Marilyn. We want everybody to live a healthy life. I know Castine does, Lisa does, I do. And
we want to give hope to the hopeless, too.
That's right. We want to give hope to the hopeless.
If you ever heard someone say, no one can help me, that was me 13 years ago.
There you go.
I said, no one can help me, but guess what?
Yeah.
There are people
there
out there.
There are people that can help us.
When they say when you're ready, the teacher will appear.
Yes, the teacher.
So,
yes.
anyhow, let's raise our mugs.
Yes, okay.
And cheers.
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 To a healthy life.
To a healthy life.
Yes.
And remember, change your life today, and we will see you next week. Have a great one.